Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. Welcome to your sneak peek into 2023. We're going to take a look at, what is the overall energy for you for the year? And then we're going to look at specifically at that first quarter energy and see what is the area that you should focus on. Then we're going to look at the area of change. We're going to look at money and career. And we're going to look at what area can you focus on to develop relationships, to improve the relationships, all of them. So not just your intimate partnership, but yes, that one too, but relationships with family and friends and coworkers and bosses and people in the community that you work with. I'm going to get an I Ching for, hold on. I think it's 2. The I Ching for the area of change, and because of that, I'm going to have to, you have 2. Okay, I'm going to have to pause the video at some point to toss coins for I Ching. That's what you do to find out what is the information there. And then we're going to wrap it all up by pulling an affirmative card. And then when I finish this, I'm going to go ahead and pull cards for the 3 quarters that are coming up. And I will put those into another video, an extended of this, and you can purchase that. The information on how to do that is in the description box below. You also have the opportunity, if you want a personal just for you reading, where I do the same thing, you can also get that, and the information on how to get that is also in the description box below. So let's get into what you have going on here. The overall energy for the year coming up, you have the Swan. So the Swan is a transformative energy, right? The Swan, something that was an ugly duckling becomes magnificent and beautiful. It's really stepping up into your energy. Excuse me, I'm not sure. I don't think that's your throat chakra. Might be mine though, because I keep having problems with it. So we have demonstrate grace and majesty. This is Archangel. I hate this name because I can't say it. It's Bhokpi. It is the Archangel of birds. And so messages coming through from birds for you because you have 2 of those, right? So if you know how to say that and you can put it phonetically in the comment section below, I truly appreciate that. I don't know how to say that. So the thing about a swan, it says demonstrate grace and majesty, right? So they're just gliding along the surface, right? They're just gliding, but underneath they're working hard. And so I feel like you're going to have to keep yourself moving. You're going to have to keep moving, but you're going to have to make it look easy. And if you can do that this year, I think you'll be very successful in a number of areas of your life. So looking at the first quarter, the energy you have is listen intently to understand the parrot. Listen. So that means that they're listen intently to spirit, but also, okay, so Zig Ziglar keeps coming through, and so he definitely wants everybody to get this message. So Zig Ziglar says you can have everything in life that you want if you're willing to help enough other people get what they want. But how do you know what they want if you're not listening? If you're not paying attention. You know, some salespeople think that, I can make you want what I'm selling. And the message here is really this. People have needs. How do you creatively meet them? How do you meet the needs of others? If you can do that, then you'll be very successful. Wow, Capricorn energy coming through in relationships. Holy crap. Okay, so let's look at what we have for... Okay, so the area to focus on for this year, or for this first quarter, is your budget. Really, all of these? I don't want to take all of this. Okay, not that one. It's a gentleness, so we'll go over it. All right, so budget. It's the 5 of metal. So again, this definitely feels as though you're trying to increase your income. And I can see why, Capricorn, that's really important to you. And also just look at the world. So, and the sun is shining in your house as we start off this year. Mercury is in retrograde as we begin. Mercury doesn't go direct, doesn't station direct until the 18th of January. So right at the end of your season. And Mars, the action planet, doesn't station direct until the 13th of January. And so I think that really paying attention to creating a budget. And I think this budget feels like budgeting of all of your resources, your time and your money, and where are you putting your effort? Are you getting back what you put in? Even though it's not a 6, which would definitely say to me it's about balancing, but the fact that there's a budget means that there are some time constraints. There's a need for some boundaries on where you're putting all of your energy. And I say that because in how do you improve your relationships, we have the card of boundaries and self-respect showing up. And so since this is all your relationships, I feel like it's almost as though you're giving away way too much of yourself. And you're not valuing yourself enough. You're not valuing your services enough. You're not valuing something enough. And because you don't do it for yourself, it's not being reflected back to you in what you're making. And so if what you're focusing on is your budget, a couple of things really feel important. One, are you placing enough value on the goods and services that you offer? So are you bringing in fair compensation for the amount of effort that you're putting out into the world? And number 2, are you looking for opportunities by listening intently, right? Because with the budget, there's always what you expend and what you take in. And so, yes, we can go through our budget and we can cut back, the subscription to things we don't use anymore. I had to recently go through and I'm like, gosh, I had a subscription to an online like TV service, and I'm like, I never watch that, like never, except at this time of year. I do like to watch the Hallmark movies on it, but I'll have to get over that. So I don't, no sense in paying for all year so I can watch 3 days. So I let that go, right? So it's going through the budget like with a fine-tooth comb. What is actually of value to you and what is not? What is sucking away, just nibbling away at your energy? I get this energy of like the mice that you don't even know they're there eating away at your resources. So what are you? Where are you leaking resources, right? So there's that part of the budget. And then the other part of the budget is how can I increase my overall income? And again, looking for the opportunities, listening intently to understand. So the more that you're aware of what other people need, the easier it is to rise up and to meet what it is that they need. Yeah, definitely going to have to pause the video right now because I want to take a look at these cards of change. I haven't seen them yet, which is interesting. There's been a lot of similar energy for everyone, but you guys have cards I've not seen before. So I'm going to pause the video and I will be right back when I figure out what the heck a spirit is trying to tell us. Okay, Capricorn, so here, this 121 says cutting through. It has a lot of things that it has to say. The I Ching did not show a change in the energy. But what I really get from this card as far as this is cutting through a thorny situation. And I really feel like it has to do with finances. It could have to do with confronting. It is a card of confrontation, of being very straightforward and very honest and very authentic and demanding that from others around you. So again, listen intently to understand if there is a relationship situation. Because again, we have the self-respect and the boundary cards that showed up. If there's a relationship situation that's thorny and difficult, then you're going to have to confront it head on and cut through the bull to get to the heart of the matter. And there is a need to demand authenticity and honesty from whoever it is that you're having this conversation with, whether this is a personal relationship or a business relationship. So there's also around it the energy, I think, of cutting through with this budget card, of cutting through, are you being honest with yourself about where you are leaking money and finances and resources, and time is a resource, right? So if you are spending a lot of time Netflixing, and then you're like, gosh, I just don't have enough time to work on this project for work, this thing that really could make some money for me, really? Be honest with yourself. So kind of cutting through the bull, I think first with yourself. I would highly recommend you start first with yourself, and then if you have to have these conversations with others. They said in there, forgive, but don't forget. Yeah, okay, right? There is an awareness that needs to be brought into a situation if you're seeing a repeat pattern. What I really found interesting was this returning card, because to me it says Capricorn all over it. So if you will allow me, I'm going to read for a section what it says about it. It is a turning point that recharges you and eventually brings success. It is a turning point that recharges you and eventually brings success. This is associated with the turning of the darkness back to the light with the winter solstice. So this is your Capricorn energy getting recharged in order to allow you to gather energy enough to get to success. And so this is a turnaround time of letting go of the old and making way for the new, a time of new beginnings, and it all starts with rest. So I really want to encourage you to make sure you are taking good care of your health, that you are keeping everything in balance so that you are prepared and ready. Also, if you have some kind of a project you're working on, that rest becomes important because of the planets that are retrograde during the sun in your sign. And again, I really think if you allow yourself to fully recharge during the first 3 weeks of this year, when we get to that new moon in Aquarius that is on the 21st, that is like when you plug in and you go, right? So right now you're recharging, you're resting up, and then I think that is go time. So definitely wanting to pay attention to that will be beneficial for you. Whoa. In the area of career, nice. We have the Emperor. Look, he's holding the king, right? He's holding the chess piece of the king here. He's sitting on what looks like a big peach, right? The sweetness of life, the ability to extract all the sweetness in life, but there's a strategy that's involved. And so during the first part of this quarter, you're going to want to be strategizing, and then you're going to want to be utilizing. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups, your intuition, and allowing yourself to really fill up. This is about doing something you really love. Let's talk about the energy of the Emperor. The Emperor actually carries with it the energy of all four kings. So that Ace of that King of Swords is represented there by that strategy of the chess piece, right? He's sitting there in that juicy peach. That is the energy of the King of Cups. It's very contained, water, emotional, but it's sweet and it's balanced, right? He's balancing on it. He's got his feet on the floor, very grounded energy. We also have this grounded energy up here it looks like the Capricorn, actually looks like a Capricorn, like a mountain goat skeleton up there. So there's your energy in it. The only thing I'm not really seeing here, oh, the wands, it'd be the lit up, the fieriness of this, how red and orange this is. This is very creative energy. And so this is pulling together all of the energetic pieces, right? Everything. And utilizing them, mastering the skill set. So this is strategy, this is creativity, this is being grounded in one step at a time, right? That is definitely the mountain goat there. And so this is climbing one step at a time to get to the top. And this is remembering, because they're really doubling down on this, to use your intuition and what brings in the joy and the happiness, the Ace of Cups. If you're doing something you truly enjoy, that's when you bring it all together. And we have the card of balance. And how balanced is it when you have all four of the kings there? That's very balanced. And so it's putting this effort through. So as you are shifting directions this quarter and getting ready to launch out also this quarter, like there's a definite, it is going to take some time though for Mars to get up to speed, right? And so be willing to take it nice and slow as you're moving your way forward. But in relationships, self-respect and boundaries, and what we put out into the world is reflected back to us. So if you want to be treated with respect, you need to treat others with respect. If you want to have healthy boundaries, you have to respect other people's boundaries, right? So there is a real balancing act that's coming through with this too. This feels very much like very, very Capricorn energy, right? Like asking for what we want in life by delivering it to others first. Listening to others so we know what they want, so we can give them what they want, but at the same time, expecting that they are also listening to us and trying to reciprocate that energy. And so with this card of balance here, I think it's really important to remember that whatever effort you're putting into something, there should be a balance that comes back to it, right? Go back to the budgeting. There needs to be on the balance sheet. What goes into a project needs to be coming out on the other side. What goes into a relationship needs to be coming out on the other side. There's this whole bunch of balancing act that's going on. And again, you seem like you're gliding along. But the truth is you're going to have to do the work. And it's beneath the surface. It's beneath the water. It is this emotional energy right here of those cups. It's really being in tune with your intuition and trusting that. Remember, you are a mountain goat with a fishtail. And that fishtail means that your intuition navigates. It drives you. It's like a rudder that drives you up the mountain to reach the top. And look, here you're climbing a mountain, right? Success will be there if you'll put the energy in. So remember what the turnaround will bring you success. Make sure you're rested and ready to go. All right, so affirmator cards, you got that one that flew out was gentleness. I think that gentleness is definitely by you being gentle and kind to yourself. We have the card of vitality. This is the card that says you make sure you are in good health, that you are resting. I am healthy and vital and strong. My radiant love of life. That Ace of Cups. My radiant love of life. My radiant love of life fills me with healthy, vital, and strong cells. Each cell is a warrior. Everyone has its own sword and shield. I dare you to try and penetrate my cellular army. You taking good care of yourself on a physical level this first quarter is super important. Super important. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest. Make sure you're eating healthy foods for you. The healthiest that are available to you, and that you are walking. I really feel like walking becomes very important. You know, the regular exercise, and I want to say there's almost feels like a need to do a little bit of strength training, but not overdoing. It's a little bit. It's a building process, right? So here we have the card of power, and that also says to me something about the need to build your physical power up. And it says, I am strong, I am grounded. I am powerful. I'm like a cross between a dinosaur and a tank, but not a tank that is used for war. I'm like a peaceful, loving dino tank who feels so strong and doesn't need to do anything but just be. So gather your strength, rest, go through your budget, figure out where things are, treat yourself with the respect and others that you deserve, have those good, safe, healthy boundaries, and be the emperor. Be the CEO of your life in all of its aspects. That's a pretty powerful way to start the year. All right, Capricorn, I'm going to close down this part of the video. I'm going to go on and do the extended where I will go through the cards for each of the 3 quarters, and I hope to see you there. And again, the information for how to connect with me that way is in the description box below. You guys have a great, prosperous, really looks like a great opportunity coming up in 2023. And I'll talk to you soon. Maybe I'll talk to you soon.